in the kitchen here with Rick Moonen with Perry's Steakhouse. Rick, how you doing, man?
Great, Mickey. How you doing today?
Doing great. What are we cooking?
We're cooking. I'm going to show you some tips on how to cook our 22-ounce bone-in ribeye. Now, and what the important thing is, you have two things. A hot grill, start off, you need a great piece of meat, which we serve at Perry's. Prime, look at the marbleization. Which brings on the rich flavor, and it's delicious and tender. So you want to bring your steak to room temperature first. It's when you're cooking. It cooks much more evenly. And I'm seasoning it pretty nicely with some of our steak, we call it our seasoning blend, Perry's seasoning blend. Salt and pepper is the most important part of that, though. Yeah. And you got to give it a good amount. Here.
That's got all kinds of ingredients. It's got a little gummy there, huh?
Well, you know, you know the weather. Why don't you tell me what's the humidity today?
Yeah, look.
All right, so we want to season both sides really well because it's a thick piece of meat.
Sure.
If it was a thinner piece of meat, we would not put as much.
You'd over-season it, right?
And also, when you're cooking it, it forms a crust, and we love the crust at Perry's, and that just goes on a hot grill.
Now, some people put olive oil on there first, then the seasonings. But
I rubbed it just a second ago with some olive oil.
Okay.
It is kind of important. You don't want to. But the amount of marbleization and fat, that's going to also help, and you want it to release. You don't want to be moving your steak all around. But what I really want to show you today is the 15, I'm not going to show you all 15, but there's so many different ways you can customize these amazing steaks at Perry's.
Okay.
And so one of them is our Truffle Merlot sauce. So what I have here is I've started to what we call sweat, which means no color. All right, a little bit of onions, shallots, and garlic. And now that that's done, we want to add some rosemary, some fresh rosemary. All right, just strip it down, put it in there, let it kind of like give away its aromatics. We cook that for a minute or two, then we add, you don't see this a lot, some honey.
I'm going to crank up this fan because it's getting a little...
It's going to get smoky.
A little
bit of honey and some balsamic vinegar. So you've got the acidity and the sweetness. Right, and then that gets reduced down by half.
Yeah.
It takes a couple of minutes, so we're not going to do that at the moment. But I'm going to show you what else goes into our sauce. When that reduces by half, then we add our Merlot, our red wine.
Ooh.
That gets added, right? And then that gets reduced down. So everything keeps it's in progress. And this is our demi-glace, which just means half glaze. So it's a meat sauce, and that all cooks together, simmers until it gets a nice glaze like this,
and it reduces
like that.
Okay.
And now here's where we're going to have some fun. These are the toppers, all right? Now you can have just about anything. You can put these toppers on just about anything you want on the menu. You know, like over here we have our chicken Oscar. It already comes with the crab meat and the béarnaise sauce.
Yeah.
But you could also add whatever you want. You put a lobster tail on there. We're not going to stop you for that. So on top of our ribeye, you could have beautiful shrimp, barbecued shrimp, or you could have or some beautiful scallops that have been seared off. These are, and this is just a way of enhancing the experience. We call it the rare and well done experience at Perry's Steakhouse. Not to talk about the doneness of the meat, just that it's a really great experience.
It really is. Now, where can we get some of this seasoning? Can you get that online?
We have an online market where you can get our chops, our steaks, we can get your seasoning, you can get the steak butter, all kinds of ingredients that you can reproduce at your home, your own Perry's experience.
Now, how do you, we got 15 seconds. How do you know when to flip this?
When it's got a nice color like that. And then I have a cooler side, and that's how we cook it to the doneness that we want. And if you don't want to do this at home, don't have to. We'll be happy to host you at Perry's Steakhouse.
I knew that was coming.
Yep, we're at 4 Perimeter Park South on Highway 280, right near the Colonnade. And you know what, man? We just love our customers and our comfortable environment.
Perry's Steakhouse. Thanks, guys. We're going to try this coming up here in just a little bit. See if he knows what he's talking about. We'll be back. 10 seconds left.
Okay, I want to mention our symphony kebab, which is lobster, shrimp, and filet mignon with 2 different sauces, truffle merlot and peppercorn. And over here we got our 3-way.